Hello everyone and welcome to my first video. So throughout my other series I'm going to be creating other monuments from all over the world and talking about a little bit of the history that comes with them. So I'm going to build them in Minecraft and give you step by step how I did it. So Washington Monument, here we go guys, this is the first one. So the Washington Monument is 554 feet tall. 7 inches. Oh, forgot the 7 inches there. And is made out of marble. And as we can see, there's a massive reflecting pool right here in front of the monument. But the plans were written in 1833, but due to delays, getting materials and other things, construction did not occur till 1848. Construction was paused probably about half or a third of the way through, um, right at the beginning of the Civil War, and was resumed by the Army Engineer Corps. However, they were unable to find the same colored marble, so they were forced to use a slightly different hue, as we can see right about here. It's kind of hard to see in the picture, but there it is. So they used a slightly different color, about a third of the way, all the way up to the top. In the center of the monument, there are a few different things. So there's a set of stairs, there's now an elevator, and there are an assortment of 38,000 stones. 38,000 stones from various groups of people, such as this one right here. The state of Virginia gave one. The next one is the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio gave one, and they said, the state of Ohio, in memory of Washington and the Union of the States. And then there's Latin right there, and that is Latin for basically let it be eternal. So let it last forever. And then the other one that I wanted to show you was the state of Mississippi. And it kind of faded the letters here, but it says to the father of this country. And then it says AD 1850, presumably the date of the quarrying of this stone. Anyway, so enough with the interesting facts. Shall we move on to the step-by-step process of building it in Minecraft? Alright, shall we proceed with the creation of our area? So, to start with, when you're setting up the area, you want a nice, huge, flat, square area. So, I built mine right here, just kind of leveled it out and marked it by cutting the rest of the parts that weren't part of that out of the area. Try to make sure that you don't get too much other stuff on there, like this grass here we see. And stuff like that. We want to try to avoid that. It's a little bit important, I'd say. So once we have all of that cleaned up, go ahead and pause that if you haven't done it already. I'm going to come over here. The material I used for that was smooth quartz. I'm pretty sure they don't have marble in Minecraft, but I'll just double check just to make sure. That's what I thought. There is not marble in Minecraft. So we're just going to use quartz as it's the closest thing we're going to get. So it doesn't have to be the specific size, but what we want to do is what I did here. So dig 2 blocks down. Yeah. So 1 block, 2 blocks. So dig 3 blocks down from the level surface that you're going to be building your monument on. So dig 3 blocks down, then place all the way across here to form a bed for what will be our reflecting pool. Of course, in Minecraft it won't reflect because properties of Minecraft, that's not part of Minecraft. So dig out here, put it all in, and then line it so that it looks nice. And we're going to take our water, as would seem obvious, that's the next step. So we have our water, and then just start by putting it all over the sides. And then, of course, we're going to get to a stage at some point here where it's going to look a little bit weird. And so what we're going to want to do when that happens, when we have these rivulets, if you will, this flowing water, when we have flowing water, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place a block right near where that flowing water is. Perfect. We don't need to do that. Okay, so we have that first step done and over with, and we have the reflecting pool. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here and start to mark our base. So we start should be 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to mirror that on the other side. Okay, so I'm back having completed that little shape here. Unfortunately, I just noticed we do have salmon spawning occasionally in our reflective pool. There were some a few seconds ago. They must have just disappeared, but Minecraft has its glitches every once in a while. So anyway, we're going to get rid of the rest of this dirt all the way through this circle here, so I'm not going to pause the video this time, and you can just do it in real time, and we'll see if you can keep up. And if you can't, then just go ahead and pause it and turn it back on once you've completed this step. So, okay. I mean, this is a little bit of a complex undertaking we're going to have. Fortunately, this is an easy step, so we're going to do the crazy stuff in the next little while here. Okay, so I just finished digging this shape out, so if you haven't already, pause this video, and then resume once you've done that. I'm going to start the next step, which is placing smooth quartz blocks all the way through that whole shape that we just dug out. So, digging, placing. Also, I know it's probably a little late, but if you ever end up doing this again, I'd recommend trying to get the jungle biome, because if you've ever seen pictures of the lawns next to the Washington Monument, it's a little bit browner, and the color of the grass in the jungle, and the jungle biome tends to be a little bit darker in tone. Okay, so if you haven't completed this step, go ahead and pause it and come back. And then I have to test something. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So the next biggest step is, of course, make sure that this is centered with this, which I forgot to do earlier, but here we are. So the next step that we're going to want to do is get a loom. So I don't know. So loom, it's over here in items, just near the bottom right here next to the banners. And then you want to go get ink. So you're going to want to get red dye, you want to go, and then you're going to want to get blue dye. So once you have those, as well as a collection of white banners, so several white banners, come back out, place a loom, place a white banner, then the red dye right there, select that option right there for red pally, or pally is the name of that texture, or pattern. So once you have that, put the blue dye, and then select this option right here. So this is the closest we're going to be able to get to an American flag in Minecraft. So we are going to roll with that and start making our 50. Well, we're not going to make 50 just because of how small we ended up making this, but we are going to put a number of American flags around this monument. So let's start by getting fences, which we'll use as flag posts. So I know that at the actual monument there's 50 and they're actually facing the correct direction, but again, closest we're going to be able to get in Minecraft because Minecraft. There's no really other way to put it. I love Minecraft, but there are just a few things that I wish they might change, and this would definitely be one of them. Okay. Well, we'll see if it'll place this way. Yeah, so if you want to skip this part, you can. Not everyone will want to go to the effort to make the banners. So I'm gonna keep making these here. So we're gonna stack 3 fence posts. Oh, and on each of these sections, we only have them facing the front. Since these have corners, we're gonna do both sides of that. So placing the flags. So I'm gonna place 3 sets of banners. So banner 1, banner 2, banner 3. And we're gonna keep placing these here.
Are you supposed to move
Yeah, just placing flags. I'm gonna go over here, place some more. There we are. So I'm just gonna wrap up placing these flag posts. So flag post. I'm just placing them evenly spaced because otherwise they'll look like they're too close together, and then sometimes they'll connect on certain areas. Like if I were to place a fence post right here, join together, and then people wouldn't be able to walk through. So yeah, that's just typically how fences work. Anyway, so once you've gotten all your flags placed, that makes it officially time to start building the monument itself. So, we're going to pick a couple other items. So we have smooth quartz. I'm going to get rid of these fences. So we have smooth quartz, I just have to figure out what would be the right color. Ah, yes, we could probably use white concrete, and that would look as close as it's going to get in Minecraft. So, let's come right about to here. To here. And then, so how many spaces between 1, 2, 3? What if I went one more with each? So, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces between each block, and that's going to be below each flag post here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll put us right about there. 2, 3, 4, 5 place. So now we have one big square. So we're going to go up, 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 up. Might be a little too... no, that's plenty. That's not going to be our cutoff height. That's just going to be where we're going to change colors to that white concrete. That way it follows what actually happened with the Washington Monument in DC. So what actually happened with that is they paused creating building it during this at the beginning of the Civil War. When they went and paused, the U.S. Army Corps resumed, but they were unable to get a hold of the same color of quartz. So they were forced to switch colors to a slightly darker hue. So that's where this comes in. I know it's a little more obvious than I'd like, but it'll have to do. So now we're just going to go way, way up. Closer to what the height would be comparatively, because this is supposed to be approximately 1/3 of the height. So, we're going to go up, 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 up. And just because I'm going to bang. Just like that. Okay, so down. And then we've gone up. Nope, that's just the right height. Okay. Now we'll see if I can time it right this time. Yes, time just how I want it. Okay, perfect. So, we're going to go down, 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 down. And now it's just simply placing the walls, which is really not too hard of a process. We just got to go up and down and up and down. So, you can pause the video and do that if you want, or you can just watch me. I don't know if you're building it right now or anything, so. That'll be why. Okay, placing. The second wall section is complete. Okay, so I'm going to do that all over again a couple more times just to completely finish that. So I'm going to pause my side of the video so you don't have to watch me do that. Alright, so we're back. I've just completed the tower. Of course, we'll be adding an entrance at some point here soon, probably towards the end. But we've completed this huge tower. So this is right now what the whole thing looks like from the outside. So we're gonna go ahead here and add the cone. Also, this right here, I'm gonna be building other monuments on this world. So, I just set up a thing that allows me to teleport to an area that I can teleport to all the other places using command blocks. So that's just a part of another structure. So over here, we're going to start with the cone. So we're going to go like this. I'm just going to go around. And then once we've completed that, we're going to add stairs to make it look somewhat sloped. Pretty common, pretty simple technique, so it's good to know even outside of this. So, gotta just place those. Right. Okay. So just gotta go in there and select the steps that we're gonna use. Smooth quartz. Unfortunately, there's not concrete stairs, so we're gonna have to do with the polished quartz, the same color as the bottom. The other option would be diorite, which I mean could work, but I mean I am a little bit particular about some things normally, but sometimes it just can't be helped. So okay, so here is our current tower. So I'm gonna cut a little opening here on the bottom. It's not gonna stay there permanently at this stage. We'll probably set up a different opening. And I'm just gonna throw some glowstone in there so we can see. And of course that'll come out later, but be replaced by more permanent lighting. So we're gonna have an observation deck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a hole right here. Okay. Then we're gonna find some slabs. I think that we probably will do that same quartz. It's not really super great as far as observation space goes, just because of how the whole thing would be set up. Because range of vision in Minecraft isn't always perfect. But okay, so moving to the left. Placing. So we're just placing the floor for the observation deck. You can see pretty decently from here. See over there, that's where the place that I teleport to is. So if we just go through here, we'll place a more permanent entrance area here shortly, and we'll probably have it be steps all the way around. And then I don't know that this is actually how it was done in the real thing, but we're going to, well, obviously it wasn't done like this, but we're going to have lighting all the way up the middle. And then just going up. The nice thing about this is that it's just relatively easy to place. You just go up and up and up while holding down the place button or left trigger. I think it's either left or right trigger. I've forgotten how you do it on console because I typically don't play console. So we have that, and we are going to just a second. Just a second. Sorry about that interruption. I'm right back here. Okay, so you remember how I said towards the beginning of the video that there was a whole bunch of stones in the middle that had various different things engraved on them. Well, we're not going to be able to get engraved stones, but we will get the closest thing that we can. So we're going to have blocks of diamond. We're going to have engraved sandstone. So chiseled, rather. Chiseled sandstone. And we can get blocks of gold. So precious gems and then chiseled things. And then bang. Okay, so we have our stones. So now we create the steps. So of course we'll actually end up replacing this with good steps. That'll make it so it's quick to walk up. So once we're done, see it's pretty quick just going up these steps here, or it will be at any rate. Once we have it completed, and it will provide a pretty solid visual of the stones on your way up. And the real Washington Monument, there was originally a steam-powered elevator, but now there's an electric powered elevator that has glass walls essentially that are able to be turned that have the ability to be turned that have the walls so that you can make stuff visible through the walls or make them not visible through the walls of the elevator. So it's basically a glass elevator with an electronic component that turns the walls a milky opaque white at the flip of a switch. It's really an interesting technology, but I'm not going to dive into that too much right now. So place, and then shall we start placing our steps? Okay, so let's start all the way down at the bottom. And going up. Sweet. We are all set. So now let's go down, down, down. So we now have a Washington Monument. Another thing that we could do, let me just go here. So another thing that I'm tempted to do here is use redstone to create the doorway system here. Let's see here. Okay, sweet. So okay, okay. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go down under here. Oh, I just gotta watch out here because it would appear I have stumbled upon a slight abyss. Let's fix that, shall we? Okay, so what's gonna happen is it's gonna come up here. Since this part is not going to be seen by anyone, um, we get sticky pistons, redstone, and levers. Or levers, as some people prefer to call them, of course. Place that. Go back here so I can. Okay, placing there. Will allow us. We're going to leave it at 2 blocks high so that we have room to access that space properly. So I'm going to do that. Go right here. Yep, I am literally on the last steps, so. Okay, so let's go outside a second and see if we can make that work. Okay. Yep, something disconnected. It ran out of power. So, I'm going to start by placing a repeater here just to give it a little more kick. See, there we go. Well, let's undo that a second. Okay, that ought to do it. Sweet. Okay. Now we have one fully operational. Not quite, sorry. Let me just place that there. And then one lever. Oh, of course. Place a lever. Place 2 smooth quartz blocks. And then when you want to close it, you just hit the switch. Bada bing, bada boom. And congratulations, you have just successfully built yourself the Washington Monument. And if you want to add more to that, you can go back here and look up some pictures of the Veterans Wall. Build a wall with signs that has names of a whole bunch of the amazing veterans who have served our country and given their lives for us. And we appreciate all you if there are any veterans or their family watching this. So there's that. Probably at some later point I will come back and build that, but I have to end for now. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good day.